Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How was your week?
My week was good. Today was crazy though. Like I was rushing around all day. And what's funny is when you're on pandemic schedule, which pretty much is
Mm,
me, the fact that
yes,
I'm running around, why? Why am I running around?
right?
Like I've got
Isn't
nowhere to be, nothing to do kind of
d-
thing.
don't you have a whole bunch of smoke when you go outside and stuff?
Oh, it's
How is
horrible
it?
here.
How's the
It's
weather?
not
Yeah.
as bad. We're okay, we're actually probably one of the best places in California to be as far as not getting too much smoke
Yeah.
because we are between LA. For people that don't know California, LA and you know California, so it is obviously not for you. We're between San Diego and I'm trying to think of something, and San Francisco and San Diego, but there's another city
Yep.
below that, like Palos
Orange
Robles,
County,
like the
where Disneyland is, all that
yeah,
good
Orange
stuff. Yeah.
County's below me, but then above
You
me is what I was trying to figure out.
Oh,
Like, actually,
above
Anaheim's to
you.
the right of me. And Anaheim
Yeah.
actually has more smoke than we do, or Disneyland,
Oh my
however you want
gosh.
to say it.
Yeah.
But the long and the short is this Northern California looks like Disneyland did when I worked the Anaheim Hills fire. So Anaheim Hills
Oh,
fire happened probably about 6, 8 months ago. And if you look it up
yeah.
online, I think we talked about it on the first show.
I
The
think so.
pictures of the fire are insane. And that's exactly how San Francisco looked because basically the smoke covers the sun
Right.
and then it looks like the apocalypse. Air quality is
Yeah.
not bad here compared to like San Francisco, which is, I think the index is like 0 to 1,000 or something. And anything over
Yeah.
200 is toxic to people. And it's 440 or something there now. So it's not good. What about you? How's the weather been?
Um,
Any storms?
I'm good. No, no, there's no storms. We're good. There's no fires. There's none of
No
that.
natural
But
disasters?
let's see. Um, a rock hit my windshield and there's a crack all the way through it.
Oh
So
no. Oh
that
no.
sucks.
Now, are
Yeah,
you in one of those
and
states you actually have to fix that? Like, do you actually have to
I'm
get that
going to
fixed?
have to fix that. Yeah.
Okay.
And it didn't grow until I shut my door. And I shut my door and it went all the way across my whole windshield.
I would have been furious. I've been so
Oh,
mad.
I'm so yeah, yeah.
It's funny that you should say that because one of the things that I've been working on my entire existence with my partner is her son doesn't know his own
Yeah.
strength. So, like, we'll hop out of the
Oh,
car, and the next thing I know, it's
yeah.
like, Bob, boom, the door gets
Yes.
closed, and we all turn around like, are you trying to kill that door? Like, are you
Right.
murdering it? Is it
Yeah,
dead yet?
with me, it was always the door doesn't need to open that far. Like, oh my God, stop! The door could only open so far, kids. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah.
Oh no, I get that. I get that. Other than that, I mean, I'm knee deep in that problem I was telling you about. Basically, I was working on a video for YouTube and I
Uh-huh.
thought everything was going super smooth. I'm like, oh, this is going great. This is going great. And then somebody posted, like, hey, I have this glitch. And I'm like, wait, I think I have that glitch. And the next thing I know,
Uh,
all of the footage that I captured has the same glitch. So I'm like, oh,
oh,
crud. So now I'm trying to get
that
that fixed, except I'm not
sucks.
a computer programmer and it's complex computer programming stuff. So there's other ways for
Oh
me to do
no.
it, but I'm just not super thrilled. But yeah, that's the way it's going. Time to hit the intro.
Yep.
Are we ready to get the show rolling?
Hold on to your butts, you're in for an experience like no other. You are about to partake in the most bodacious experience ever, the Tick and Professor Show.
We're back. Love that intro, by
So
the way. You did a
I,
great
I
job.
I put a question mark at the end, so
Yeah,
the voice would go show. Yeah.
that T almost shot straight out my
I
nose.
know.
That was hilarious.
That's what got me laughing so hard. Oh
Oh
my gosh.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I this is a packed show tonight. If
Oh
you're
my God.
watching this
Yes.
show at home or if you're listening to it on the podcast, like take both of the last two shows and double both of the like add them together and then double. That's how much crap we have to get through. So let's see if we can make
Yes.
it instead of all our filibustering. I want to start out with something that I found
Uh-huh.
hilarious. I saw this article and I could not stop laughing. So apparently, this guy has been studying the Amazon rainforest his entire life. and an indigenous tribe that nobody had ever met, seen, or whatever killed him. Just straight up killed him. And in my opinion, like if you have been studying the Amazon for as long as you have, you should have run. You should have run. You should have known.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
the way I look at it.
there's cannibals out there. You don't want to. Yeah. And then you don't want to get in the water too. I've seen those shows where I know what's in the water. There's some big old fish or something that's going to swim up your holes and eat
that's
you
what
alive.
It's so funny that you say that. That's the only thing that I've learned from all of the different shows that I've watched, which is do not pee in any water ever, anywhere, ever.
No.
It's like the first thing, don't pee in the water. Like,
no. You're like,
kind of got to go.
But,
yeah, exactly.
Nope.
Now, this leads me to a weird question. Does it work if you're not in the water? Meaning, like, if you're just peeing into the stream, do they actually have the ability to get all the way up? I don't know. But
salmon swim upstream. So
exactly. Let's get on to this next one.
Oh my God. Oh.
So that's a very important thing in my life. If you on the screen right now is my recent alarm clock. We were sleeping. It must have been like 7 a.m, and all of a sudden the fire alarm goes off. And if you've ever had a fire alarm go off, the first thing you think is like, do I have to put something out or do I have to get out? You know what I mean? There's a difference. Like if there's 14 inches of smoke, you're like, get the hell out of the house. Yes. And then so first thing I did was I ran around the house like a chicken with my head cut off to check to see if anything's on fire, because obviously that's what a smoke detector does. No. Then I do step 2, which anybody that has a fire detector in their kitchen, this wasn't in the kitchen, but anybody who's ever had a fire detector in the kitchen knows they go off all the time. Like whoever put a fire detector in this kitchen is just an idiot.
Right. Anytime
but there's
you
a
cook
trick.
Anything. Yeah.
Exactly. There's a trick. You just fan it and then it'll go off. Yep. You know what I mean? Everybody knows these secrets, or at least most people do.
Open a window and fan it.
Exactly. So here's the life hack, people, if you didn't already know that. We did that. We have a fan. Like I literally grabbed a full box fan. The thing's like this big. I'm grabbing it. I'm pointing at it. Nope, nothing. So then I have to get it off the ceiling. I'm tall, but like I can't quite reach the ceiling. I have to run to the kitchen, grab the stepladder, and get it off the ceiling. It's got a full-time battery, like a full-time power socket kind of thing. So I pull that off. Still going off. It's going off in my hand. I'm blowing things.
That would have done it.
Okay. Next, we flip it over and read whatever it says, and it says there's a switch underneath this label. So I'm like prying the switch with a knife, trying to get to it, because I don't know if we need to keep it, like what the deal is. This goes on. I mean, it must have been a good 5 minutes of this alarm going off. And then finally I'm like, I know how to fix this. And I ran and I grabbed the hammer and I went full-blown Office Space on it, man. I was like, if this is my Xerox machine, like smash, smash. Whew, it's off. My partner then flips it over, checks out the information on it. We go online. The thing was recalled like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, that thing got recalled. And I'm like,
yeah.
So mad.
Yep.
So mad. Next on the hit parade, I've got tons of stuff for the show today, dude.
No, that's awesome.
Let me grab something else. Because we are interested in this. Everybody on the podcast is a trailer for a movie called Hashtag Alive. Yep. It's on Netflix. So let's let this play, and we'll go.
you didn't get the English one.
That's hilarious. I thought I had the English one.
No, but that's okay. Let it play. Because someone right now is like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Exactly. And we're talking over it.
Yeah. We're good. So
Right now on the screen, what's happening is he's just walked into the living room and he's getting alerts on every single device that he owns.
yep.
And now two guys or two people just ran past his window really fast.
And the alert is there's a zombie outbreak.
Pretty much on the screen
Yes.
right now is flames and people running around. The dude's bewildered. He was just
Yes.
playing a video game,
He
which
was
pretty
like
much
Fortniting it up, yeah.
exactly. And now he's looking outside his window like, huh? Imagine
And
that.
all hell broke loose.
Imagine that.
Oh my god.
It's insane. And again,
It's totally insane.
standard zombie film.
Yep. People are trying to escape the city.
Run! Help! Run!
And people are dying. That guy just got taken out by a zombie. The main character's crapping his pants right now. Watching it all.
Oh, bumper cars. Everybody's running into each other.
It's just chaos.
Pure,
And he's just stuck in
unadulterated chaos.
like his fourth story apartment looking at it all. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Do you like those balconies, by the way? Love those
No.
faux balconies.
Oh, and that was a helicopter. Oh my gosh.
Wow, this is a really long trailer. I didn't know it was 4 minutes. This is like the extended trailer. So,
It is.
fire truck just came rolling through.
Yep.
Mandatory explosion. Do you have any idea where that explosion was from, by the way? I couldn't quite tell. I mean, just
No.
came out of
No
nowhere.
idea. Yes. And then there's
This
a
one,
mom looking for
this
his
one got
kid.
me. Yeah, the mom
got
with
me
the.
too.
So the mom's got a
The
butcher
butcher.
knife, and her daughter's calling for her right now. So she walks
Yeah.
over to give her a hug, which that's natural.
Yep. And she's like, oh my gosh, you ran.
Oh,
Oh, I love you, daughter.
Hugs.
Daughter, I thought you were bit, but I
Hugs.
don't know. I just love you. Oh, maybe you were bit.
Turning
What are
into
you
a
doing
zombie
by
and
me?
killed her. And the worst part is she even had a weapon in her hand. That's the worst part.
And now they're both dead, and
Everybody's
everybody's
screaming,
run away.
run. Run.
And the main character is still just watching it from his balcony.
Yeah, it's like a really bad episode of The Walking Dead, live and in person.
And it's hitting him like, what's going on? He's like, oh my god. It's everywhere.
Yep.
Outside of his front door.
Yeah. I personally like. He has a peephole or
Yes.
and I wouldn't
Yeah.
be looking through that. Nope. Nope.
Yeah,
Bad guys out
but
there.
he does have
don't
a
need to know.
really good lock on his door that I don't ever see him use.
What I find interesting is his door goes out.
Yes.
Watch this. That is not normal. I'm used to
And
doors
that's
going
it.
in. That's it.
Yep.
Alive.
Oh.
Hashtag.
So did you
alive.
watch it all? Did you get through
no.
it all?
As a matter of fact, I was planning on it, and then today got busy. I mean,
So,
I made it about 40 minutes, 30 minutes in. So
that's good. That's probably enough. I sat through it all. I mean,
it looks
I loved
amazing.
it. Yeah,
Now, you see,
it
you have
was
to
really
understand
good.
something. Yeah, you have to understand something about me. I have a zombie thing. I have an eye thing, and I have a zombie thing.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you laugh at it because it is a real thing. And what I mean by that is I saw Night of the Living Dead when I was 4. Until
Hey,
I
I
was
probably
4.
saw Night of the Living Dead when I was 4 too.
Well,
But
the difference
I saw it at
is
home.
right. Well, the difference is this: we were at the drive-in movie theater, which,
Yeah.
if you don't know what a drive-in movie theater is, kids, you take your car to a big, giant, empty area, and they shine a movie on a screen. Now, during
Yep.
that time frame, they would show a kids movie,
Yeah.
like a pre-show movie, the main movie, and then they would have after movies. And we
Yes.
took our station wagon, and so I was asleep
Cool.
after like the second, third movie.
Yeah.
But I woke up, and I just sort of peered up over like the
Yeah.
back seats, so nobody knew I was watching it. I watched the rest of the movie, and
I love that movie.
Not me. Oh, not me. I went from having, you're probably a little bit too young, but there's this HR Puffin stuff, which you've probably heard of. There was a character on there called Witchy Poo, and I had Witchy Poo nightmares forever. I had Witchy Poo nightmares all the way up to the point where zombies took over. So zombies took over for witches. And this leads me to a story. Sphere Camp, I think it was 2005, 2006. Sphere Camp is friends of mine, Jennifer and Michael, owned a company called Try Out Toys. Now they own Noteworthy Chocolates. So if you need chocolate with a note on it, it's amazing for a wide variety of things. Definitely a plug for them. And no, we're not getting paid. Long. I'm sitting there, and there's tons of prop people, tons of flow artists. We're all chilling out. And there was like a, what are they called? You go up on stage. There was a stage. So I'm sitting on the stage, and out of the corner of my eye, like I'm looking over here, and two of the people that are at the event are like, let me see if I can do this, because I got the earbuds, but let me see if I can make this happen. They were walking like this.
Oh, they were walking just like zombies.
That's as slow as they were going. They were walking like really slow, like right next to each other,
Yeah.
but they were like standing upright. And I'm like, those MFers look like zombies.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, no, zombies. And then a person that was sitting next to me, I think it was Laura, she gets up and she goes over and she's talking to him, and they like faux bite her, and she turns into a zombie. And I'm like, hell no. Like I jump up and I run that way. So for the rest of the night, I'm running from zombies. For the whole night,
That's
I'm
awesome.
running from zombies.
Oh
it was
my
a
gosh.
zombie. We ended up calling it the zombie preparedness drill. And I just hid in a bush all night.
You would not survive.
Oh, yeah, I would.
You think you...
Oh, absolutely.
So,
I was on the move, dude. I was on the move,
No.
and I was looking for a place to hang out and hunker down for the night. But what happened
that's
is
what you do. Yeah.
I went to the cabin, and you'd think, I'd be safe. Nope, zombies came to the cabin. I went to the
Cabin, no,
bus. I went to the home bus because it was Jennifer and Michael's place where they lived. They called it the home bus. Nope, zombies showed up there. Ran away from there.
Yep.
See, what you need to learn about zombies is you need to be prepared to run. Like I was watching that show, #Alive. Very first thing I said was, "This moron didn't get any water." Like right off the bat.
Right off the bat. Yep.
I'm like, you need water.
Yep.
And nope. Spoiler alert, he didn't get water. And I haven't made it through the whole thing, so I'm only going to spoil the first 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my zombie story. Now you see, by comparison, you love horror movies. Like I don't
do.
dislike horror movies, but I'm not. For me, it's a handbook. It's like the zombie, a handbook. Like I watch movies like that and I'm like, oh, okay. And I get out a notepad and I'm like, in zombie apocalypse, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
Yeah. For me, if there ever was a zombie apocalypse, I would stay home. I would just stay home.
Smart.
I wouldn't go anywhere for about 2 months, and then I would finally venture out. But because everybody's going to leave the city.
Yes.
No one's going to want to stay home. They're just all going to get up and leave because they think someplace is better.
Yes.
Those people all die.
Yes.
But
it's just like this pandemic. People that can't stay home during the pandemic are having problems. Like if you can get it into your head, like I just got to hunker down, just got to wait.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Now,
Everybody that's like,
interestingly,
I have an escape plan, and I'm going to take my RV and I'm going to go. I'm like, nope, you're going to die.
yes.
You just need to stay home and like block off all the windows, not leave, not make any sounds.
Well, this leads to the fast zombies versus the slow zombies. But that'll take us. We'll have to put zombies on the record for a future because we could have a 4-hour discussion. Because what just popped into my head was Dawn of the Dead.
The remake?
I think it was the remake. Yeah, where the guy was the ammunition guy. He owned his gun store, and he was up on the roof, and he was taking guys out all the time, and they were talking to him. The problem is he didn't know what the zombies were like. So, like, he made a whole bunch of stupid mistakes.
Right.
And I was just like, are you an idiot? So, anyway, zombies are on the list for the future as well. Yeah.
And my other thing is, you don't let anybody in. You just don't. You
No.
just stay with your family, and that's it.
Yeah.
Every outsider is stupid, and if
Come
you
in. I want to come in.
right,
Please.
no,
Let
no,
me in.
no, mm-mm, no,
Damn it. I tried.
right?
It's always the little girls, too. Have you ever noticed that in zombie films?
Yes.
It's always like a little girl just like outside the thing, like, let me in. Let me in. I want to come in, please.
Right,
I'm not bad. But anyway,
right. Yeah, you
that's
just
so
can't do it.
horrible.
Every
No.
movie you let in an outsider, even Walking Dead. It's like,
Yes.
Rick, why are you letting people in? No,
Yes.
you
No.
God, stop.
Never. Never,
Just
ever,
don't.
ever,
Just don't do it.
ever, ever. No, don't. It's not a good
'Cause
idea.
when you're in control of your own little area, everything works out just fine.
Sorry about that.
Ooh, what was that? No, that
That's
sounded
our
awesome.
next video. Our next video.
do
let
it.
me get it queued.
But yeah, I don't think I would die during a zombie apocalypse. I'd be one of the smart people.
Oh, I think so too. I think you would survive. The thing though is it's the law of diminishing returns. Do you want to live forever in that post-apocalyptic horrible world, or do you want to die early?
Yeah, I'm fine with
Like
that.
I often go back and forth on that. Like, which do I want?
I once my kids are gone, I don't know. But
Oh,
until
yeah.
then, yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm on the same page. Like if you've got people with you, that's a
Yep.
whole different ball game.
Yep. And then I
So-
would just be like, kids, you do what I say, or else you're gonna die, because
Right.
that's what we're doing. Yep.
Exactly.
And if
do
you
what I
cry
say
and I
or
tell
we
you to be
die.
quiet, then you're gonna die, and that sucks. And I don't want you to die.
No.
So my downfall would probably be me trying to save my kid, and I get bit or something. Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh. That's so damn true. So here we go. This is a TikTok. I do not believe there's any audio in it, and the setup is a Zoom classroom with the teachers and the kids. And so let me see if I can reload this, and we'll take it from the top.
We have a quiz today, and you... Wait, is the internet down? John, hey, the water bottle.
Wait, turn your screen's back on, hurry.
What are you talking about?
Here, come here. Come look.
Look, it's fine.
Look.
I'm telling you, it's fine. Bro, I see them right
it's
there.
not
Oh, they can see me right now. Take that computer down.
As y'all...
Classroom, virtual classroom. Looked like it was maybe junior high. And
Brother lives
everybody,
in my house?
and brother lives. That's creepier than zombies.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't even know how that got there. That's even
I
funnier
don't know.
part. Do.
What is?
I have no idea how that got there.
I don't know either. But so
I
Zoom
think it's
meeting-
that automatic thing. So back
Yeah,
to the
probably.
story.
Zoom-
So
Zoom
it's a
classroom.
standard Zoom. It's got like what 15, 20? I mean 25
Yeah.
kids about somewhere around there.
and they all just kind of black their screens out, and one kid pretends to freeze, and the teacher is like, "Oh no, what happened, honey?" And the husband comes up, and he's shirtless, and everybody joins, and they're like, "Oh no!" And the dude just starts dancing around.
Yeah, he's like, they're all there.
Yeah.
That was hilarious, by the way. That is,
my gosh.
I don't know how the kids got that coordinated, because I know for a fact when I was a kid. No, that's not true. I think there were one or two times when we're like, let's hide, because
Yeah.
like there was some kind of rule that like if the teacher didn't make it to the class by 5 minutes after the class started or something, you got
Yep.
to go home.
You-
I don't
you
even
just
remember all
go.
the rules.
Yeah, I remember that.
But we were sitting there and the
Yeah.
teacher wasn't there, and we're like, turn the lights out, we'll all hide, and we did. And then the teacher showed
Mm-hmm.
up like at the 4th minute, so it didn't really matter.
Yep.
But man, that was hilarious. Like I was watching it the first time and I was like, A, how did they all get that coordinated?
Right.
And then B, that is an amazingly good prank. The other thing that it
Yes.
said was that they all switched their names. So I'm wondering
Oh.
like, yeah, what did that mean? Did they all just like I'm Bill and then I changed my name to Juanita or something? Like how did that happen?
So, I do know on Zoom,
Yeah.
you don't have to have your own name, so you can use like your Fortnite name.
Oh, I get
You
it
can be
now.
like Ninja
Okay.
Farts 29 or something. Yeah.
Welcome to English class, Ninja Farts 29.
Right.
You did a great
Yes.
job today. Ninja farts. It's so funny. Next. Let me get this one queued. This one I want to show in its entirety. We'll see
Yeah,
whether we're
let's do it.
allowed to or not.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Get the audio.
I don't
up
know
here.
if we are allowed to.
Yeah, I'm going to pause it real quick. So for anybody that's obviously listening to the podcast, it is Dave Grohl versus Nandy Bushnell. And what happened was, do you know the story behind this, by the way? The Nandy
she
story?
challenged him to something?
Bingo. Yeah, that's exactly it. She's 10. 10.
Yeah.
And she's a drummer. And so she challenged Dave Grohl to a drum off. And they already had round one, and Nandy won round one. And this is Dave Grohl doing round two. And we get a copyright strike, But to be quite honest, this is fair use because we're using it to
Right.
basically talk about it. So hit it.
Of course.
I love that she's English.
And she's so excited.
She is.
Best drummer in the world. Always right on time. Hero, one of a kind. She got the power, got the sound. Maybe on the drums, make the world go round. She played them alone. She could play any song. Coolest on the scene. 21st century. She got the power, got the soul. Gonna save the world with a rock and roll. Right.
This is my favorite part. It's the drum break, everyone.
She got the power, got the scream. Everybody knows Nandy's a queen.
I think her face is stuck, dude.
Yeah, her face is big. Oh my god.
Nandy, Nandy, you know rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll.
Okay, Nandy. You got me.
He wrote a song about me. Wow. And he played all the instruments by himself off the top of his head. Crazy. Thank you so much, Dave Grohl. Thank you so much. We should
Yes,
cover
he did.
all
Yes,
of
he
the
did.
instruments. All the instruments we're going to cover. Let's get started.
I love her expressions. All of it. Bloody hell, that's brilliant. I'm sure I just swore in English.
Yeah. I was going to say wanker too, but yeah.
I love how she jumps around her bedroom, by the way. This is probably my favorite part. Her dad's the best. Dedicated to me. Yes, it is.
Oh
amazing.
my gosh. Yep.
So that's
She
that.
better like grow up and be someone amazing.
Knock on wood, man.
Like-
I'm into jinxing, so
Yes.
like, go ahead.
Like I just want like one day to just like be on the radio and like here's a song from like the Nandies or something
From
like that.
Nandy and the Nandiettes.
Right.
They need like a cool backup band name. But yeah, no, I totally agree. I can
Yeah.
totally see her going.
Yeah.
Like if I had a record label, I would have signed her like after that first one.
Oh,
I would have been like,
100%,
"You're signed,
yeah.
done."
Yep.
Although I have to admit, we've already talked about it. Record labels are a scam, so there we
Yes.
got that too.
Right?
Before we get into the next story, I love that one. You like that one too, right? Like you've got
Yeah.
kids, so I think it hits
yeah.
you. I mean,
it's fantastic.
I've helped raise a kid, but you have kids in that age range. Like,
Right.
are any of your kids 10 or are they all younger than 10?
Philip's 8, so
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But could you imagine him playing drums that well? Oh, well, she didn't play drums in this one. She's a really good drummer.
Right,
by the way.
but she's very talented. Yeah.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Quick. Hey, Pixel. Hi, it's good to see you, buddy. My dog cannot stand these live shows. Not at all. He's like, what's going
What are you
on
doing?
here?
Yeah. Why are you just standing there talking?
So, very important. A friend of mine named
Yes.
Brad Lowry. It's his birthday today. So shout out to Brad. And then the reason that I know that is for a horrible reason. My dad, who is right there, who passed last year, it's his birthday today too. He would have been 93.
Wow.
So yeah, crazy. I wanted to bring that up
Wow.
in the middle of the show.
My
somewhere.
youngest birthday was yesterday. So
And there you have
Yeah.
it. That's
right?
amazing.
It's full circle. Full
It
circle.
is. It is indeed. So I think we're going to actually do some TikTok coverage now. What's that all
Oh
about?
my God! Really?
I know.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
What is that
What are
app?
we
Isn't
thinking?
it being sold?
Yeah, actually, we'll get into that.
Yes,
Let's do
or-
this one first. Let's do this one
Okay,
first,
all
and
right.
then we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Because I agree, we got to
Okay.
discuss that. Because I've got an interesting take on it. I'm sure you do too. Whip. And reload. I don't feel that need.
You know what? Yeah.
Ugh. Shut up.
Yeah. No, I'm
sorry.
not getting the debit
Due
card.
to
Yeah, no.
instances that have happened in the past, I now feel the need to put out this disclaimer.
This is
If you are
who.eva.
going to the Toby's Army family reunion and you see me and you get excited, please do not chase me down and try to climb up me. I may be a big bitch, but I am not a McDonald's playhouse. I may look a little bouncy, but I am not a trampoline. I know I may be super tall, but I am not a fucking tree. I am so freaking excited about being able to meet all of you as well. But there's gotta be a few boundaries. There have only been 2 people I have
Boundaries.
ever given permission to do
Yeah.
that to me at any point, at any time, without warning. One of them is Angel. I am indeed her
I love this
tree.
next answer.
And the other one, and I mean this with all the love and respect in the world, the other one is not you. In all seriousness, I love you guys and I can't wait to meet you, but be kind.
Sorry, but that second answer just slays me every time. And the second person, I hate to tell you, not you.
It's not you. Yeah. I don't know what happened in her life in order for her to make that TikTok.
No. I don't think you understand. She's already gone to one of these before. So
Oh, and it already
she's
happened?
super popular. Yeah, no. Okay, so 2 things.
Yeah.
They had a
Clue me in.
Toby's get together last year or 6 months ago or something. And she obviously is a big TikToker, who.eva. I've
Right.
loved her for a long time. So she
course.
shows up to the event and personal boundaries, whoop, out the window.
Ah,
So
that
my
sucks.
feeling is that the last time she was there, everything she said happened. They climbed her like a tree. They gang tackled her. Like I can totally see all of that happening.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
bigger issue here, though, is should they be getting together? Should
No.
we be having TikTok meetups?
I don't.
My answer in California is no. And let me say
Right.
no, and more no. Well, we're number 1 in the country. And people outside don't even wear masks. So that's got me worried. But as
Right.
far as them getting together, you cannot follow the quote-unquote CDC's guidelines. You can't stay 6 feet apart. You can't all
Right.
wear masks.
Right.
That's not going to be what's going to happen. Did you hear about Sturgis, by the way?
Probably canceled.
No. They had Sturgis. No. Sturgis
Oh,
went
they
on.
did.
And the CDC is calling it a super spreader. Like 1 in 4 or 1 in, I forget the exact
Yeah.
percentage, so I apologize. 1 in every 5 or 6 new cases is directly linked to Sturgis.
Oh no. Well, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yep. I know
Yeah,
that there
yeah.
was the river. You get since you're in
Yes.
California, you get a
Yeah.
lot of people that go to that river and
Yep.
during spring break.
Oh, absolutely.
they
And
were
everybody got
just
sick.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes.
You know what was funny, though? Every once in a while, you would look out in the crowd and you see like one dude with a mask. That was the best
Yeah.
part. That was my personal favorite. It's almost like a Where's Waldo? Where's the guy with the mask?
Right.
Where's the guy with the mask? Oh, there he is. So, shirt time. What are you wearing on your shirt? I see Super Bowl.
Super Bowl champions, Kansas City. I mean, I
get
live
it.
here, so
I get it. Oh,
yeah.
no. You gotta blend in. Gotta blend in. Mine says Carpe, awesome. My beard, of course, is covering the carp and the E. So get that out of the way. No, the reason I'm bringing it up is because this shirt is actually tied to the Flow community as well. They're
Nice.
Why am I talking about death this week? Probably because of the pandemic. I'll blame it on the pandemic. But
Well,
the person that
#alive.
the person that created this shirt is Watermelon Dan. Watermelon Dan created this shirt, and I guarantee you, with 90-ish%, I was going to go to 98%, that you actually know Dan's brother. Dun,
Do
dun,
I?
dun. I'll give you 3 guesses.
It is now time to play Stump the Professor, or it's just Tick asking questions that the professor knows nothing about.
Who you think Dan's brother is? His name's Watermelon Dan. I will give you a couple of hints.
Okay.
His name is Watermelon Dan, and that, of course, is a nickname, so Dan is his real name. He was a flow artist.
Okay.
And he is the older brother. So we're talking about a younger brother. So I've given you all the hints I'm going to give you. You now get 3 guesses.
I don't know.
Well, okay. We'll convert one of the guesses to a question.
Okay.
So ask a question, except for don't ask like, what's his name? That's definitely against the rules. So go ahead. Ask your question.
How would I know him?
Ooh, excellent. He's been in movies, television, I don't know, and Broadway. I do believe. Definitely movies, definitely TV.
Younger brother too.
Yes. Now, Dan was not in the movies as far as I know. But Dan started a very important website as well. So we'll talk about both of those, but... do. Can I do that music, or are we going to get in trouble? I can't do the music.
I don't know.
So you're about to do the Jeopardy theme.
So yeah, no, you can't. That one
just stinks. Just stinks.
Well, people will know us right away if you did it and we got in trouble.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So let's see.
I love you thinking about this. I think it's better than actually you guessing. And
yeah,
people at home are like,
just
guess a damn name.
Here. Guess a damn name. All right. And you
That wasn't me, by the way. That was the studio audience. Say again?
You said like Broadway, like singing and stuff?
Yeah, but he's most known for movies and TV. I do believe he's also done Broadway in fact, I know he started on Broadway, but you would not know him from that. You're not like, oh my God, it's that kid from Wicked. I don't even think there is a kid in Wicked, but you know what I'm saying. Come on, man, just guess a famous actor or
God.
two.
Okay.
I feel like I'm pulling your teeth. Welcome to Dentistry 101.
Right.
I promise I won't do this to you next week, because I feel as though I have just literally made your mind crunch. You know what? I'm horrible with people's names. I'll be honest with you. So just name a movie or two, and if he's in either of those movies, you win. How's that? That'll narrow it down a little. Plus, it opens it up a little.
Oh my God. Okay. God, now I'm blanking on everybody's
On movie names? No worries.
On movies.
No worries.
Yeah. Can I do more questions like
comedies,
action, comedy movies, action movies?
Okay, that is excellent. He's probably most well known for TV comedy show. It was a sitcom, and then most well known for an action drama and rom-coms. He's done both, and he's done a lot. Like he's a working
Ashton
actor.
Kutcher?
Oh, such a good guess. That is not correct, and that is your last guess, as you used 2 for questions. Sorry. And you wanted out of this anyway. You're like, get me out of this as quick as possible. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
You know
who was
what?
in Inception.
That dude actually like ran through my head, but I forgot his freaking name. I'm like,
No
I would have
problem.
never-
I have the
Yeah.
same problem. I just happen to know his name because of the connections and stuff. So
Yeah.
the reason that I bring him up, that Joseph Gordon-Levitt and his
Levitt.
brother
Yep.
Dan started a website called Hit Record, and Hit Record
Yes.
is a place, and you know about it. So
Yes,
for the
I
people in
do.
the audience that don't, it is a place for creators to go and combine their talents and create together. So like
Yep.
if you're a writer, you write something, and then I'm an animator and I animate what you write. And what's cool is that they will curate the content and turn it into stuff. So they've produced
Yes.
books, they've produced TV shows, they produce films, and this is the part that I really, really love, is that if you are part of the group that is in the movie, like say your art gets used in the movie or your music gets used in the movie, you get a percentage. Boom.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You get a percentage. So
I think there was a Netflix show on it.
there was.
Hit
There was.
Record,
It's called the Hit Record Show, I think. It's
Yep.
got a really like derivative name, like and I think it was Hit Record. Oh man, now it's
Yeah,
gonna kill me
it
if I
was
don't find out.
super uplifting, and
Yes.
it was just all about connecting with people and how like
Yep.
loving like everybody is in today's world. How crappy people are, there's still
Yep.
awesome people in the world.
I
Yep.
agree. 1,000, 1,000,000 billion %.
Yep.
See, here's the thing that I'm sure you've learned it because I learned it. Most people that get above the age of about 25 learn it, I do believe, which is blood sells. Like kills
Yes.
lead. Like if it's bleeding, it's leading. Like, so we're only
Yep.
ever seeing negative news.
Right,
And that's why I
100%.
really appreciated during the pandemic. A lot of people were doing happier stuff because
Yes,
man, it's so depressing at times these days.
100%. And with all the rioting and everything that's going on with, yeah,
Yeah.
we need happy. We just need happy.
I'm on the exact same place. Oh my heavens. Sorry,
Wow,
dude.
that was so loud.
I know.
The
I
apocalypse.
apologize. The apocalypse. I totally
Yeah,
apologize. I
You
gotta
should have
turn over
voiced
there.
that. You
What
should actually
happens
do
is-
your voice over on that.
I
The
should have.
apocalypse. Yeah. Just do a voiceover.
Oh, I'll remix it. I'll just
and
post it
actually
again.
do all the background stuff. Dun, 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 dun.
We're just randomly talking. People in the audience are like, "What the hell are they even talking about?" And that's funny because I wanted to tell a story before we got into that. You had said that everybody was so happy, and I think I brought this up on previous shows. I used to, well, everybody's had jobs. I hope, maybe. my job that got me through college was I was a dishwasher, very
Oh,
top of the
yeah.
line. Yep. So, this is such a sad story. One of the guys that I worked with, wait for it, his
Yeah.
name was Happy.
Happy.
That was his nickname. Now, here's the funniest part about
was he happy?
That's the funny part. While I knew him, he was never happy. And he didn't like me. So he'd see me coming. And if he was in a bad mood, it was a worse mood. And then if he was in an okay mood, he got into a bad mood. And like I said, I don't think I ever saw him happy. Now, here's the history behind Happy. First of all, Happy was an alcoholic. And when he was a kid, he had ADD. He was like a hyperactive kid. But he was born in the 50s. So what they did with hyperactive kids in the 50s, they put them in mental asylums. So from the age of about 4 until they let him out in his 30s or 40s, he lived in a mental asylum. Now, Happy was not crazy. Happy was a perfectly well-functioning child, just hyperactive. But
Right.
you take any human being and put them in a mental institution for
Yes.
30 plus years, they're going to go kind of nutty. So he got out of the mental institution, and I always found Happy interesting because he would write stuff down, and every once in a while I would like try to check it out, but he had like his own language, and so I couldn't understand what it was. And when he was drinking, he was happy, but he had to stop drinking. And the stories that I heard, my favorite story that I heard about Happy was he got to work early on one Saturday. He walked in, and we used to cater events, like so we would wheel carts of alcohol to different places.
Yeah.
He walked in and downed like the top shelf of all the liquor. He just drank it all. And they ended up having to take him to the hospital, I'm pretty sure. Now, this was before my time, but people used to tell me the story, and that's one of the reasons he had to stop drinking. And then as soon as he stopped drinking, he was just angry. And since he was in a mental institution, he never got any formal education. So, like, silly things would trip him up. So if you've ever been a dishwasher professionally, professional dishwashers are different than regular dishwashers. You have to fill them with water. They've got traps for like catching stuff, and they've got multiple spots that you open and close the water. Well, I would invariably walk in after him because he lived where we worked and he'd get there early. I'd walk in and I'd walk over to the machine and everything would still be open. The water would be running like it was supposed to be filling up, but he had left it open because Happy couldn't read the open closed. As soon as I closed it, I'm laughing because I just remember his face. He'd be like, "What are you doing?" And he would be like in my face, and I'd be like, "Hey, good morning. How are you, Happy?" Nothing. Just making it so the machine will actually work correctly and we don't burn the motors out or anything. But yeah, it was an interesting job. I don't know if you've ever worked with people that have physical or mental disabilities.
Yes.
Okay. Then you understand. I got along great because I spoke the language that it's weird. It's like a trump card in any kind of like card game. The Three Stooges. If you talked about the Three Stooges, you were golden. It was weird too. Cool. I didn't know this when I first started. One of the guys I worked with, his name was JT, and we would talk about the Three Stooges, and I thought, oh, JT likes the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Well, I come to find out that the other guys I worked with, as soon as I mentioned the Three Stooges, it was like this one guy that I knew would just go into a full-on curly routine. So it was just crazy. So that's the Happy thing. I needed to tell you that because you brought up the word happy, and it just automatically triggered. Happy. Okay. So that was loud. And let me turn the volume down on that.
That was really loud.
Yep. I did it on purpose.
I like our version better, too.
That was our version. It was just really loud.
No, our audio.
Oh. What do you mean our audio?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The apocalypse.
No, I get it now.
Yeah.
So what we were about to show you, if I can actually get my ducks in a row. Too loud, too quiet?
Nah, I don't care. It's good.
So what you're watching, everyone, and if you're on the audio, I did a remix. I did a duet, and I better stop this audio before we get flagged. Dear heavens. I did...
It's still playing in my head.
I know. It'll play in my head for the rest of the show as well.
Oh, my God.
What that was, obviously that's the song. The professor did a TikTok. Then I, of course, had to come along and do a duet. And I was using my Pop-Tart Synth 6000. I was in DJ mode. And the thing I didn't like about it was that it was 16:9, which most people on YouTube are like, yeah, that's normal. Not on TikTok. On TikTok, whenever I have to turn my phone, I'm like, immediately, I'm not a fan. Like, I don't like this TikTok. If I have to turn my phone. But that's how I had to make the original TikTok. And then I was going through my TikToks the other day, and I'm like, wow, that looks like it would fit perfectly if I flipped it. And that's what I did. I downloaded it, flipped it.
Nice.
And the reason that the audio sounds bigger is I used an audio trick called doubling. So the audio is there already. Like from the original clip, it saves the audio. So I load that into TikTok. You'll get in big trouble if you don't change the audio at times.
Yes.
So I just used the same audio a second time. And instead of taking the original audio to 0, I just offset the audio just slightly so it gives it like that big boomy effect. And that's how I did it. But I love that. No, I love that original TikTok you did. It's funny because I probably have about 30 things that I want to duet. And the reason that I wanted to show everybody that was How much time have you spent on TikTok recently? Because I know my answer.
Oh.
I'm not talking about making TikToks, and I'm not talking about posting TikToks. I'm talking about consuming TikToks. Like, how much time do you think you've actually spent consuming TikToks?
In a week, probably about
In this
2 hours.
last week. Yeah, in this last week.
2 hours.
Yep.
Combined.
I think you'll find my answer very telling. I have watched all of the TikToks, like I've watched 2 to 3 TikToks while I'm uploading a TikTok. So I'll upload a TikTok, and while the TikTok's uploading, I'm watching somebody's. And then as soon as mine's uploaded, I'm out of there. So I would say I'm even less than you. I used to watch 3-4 hours a day, at least.
Me too.
Early on.
Yeah.
Early on, it was really bad. And it wasn't bad. It was actually a lot of like trying to figure out what's going on with this platform and stuff.
Of course.
These days, though, I'm like, I don't even want to go near it sometimes.
Well,
I'm like, ugh.
back-
But I love putting
like when-
TikToks out. It's really complicated.
Right. When we first started, TikTok was a lot different. Everybody was doing their own thing.
Very
Everybody was
community-oriented.
doing their. Yeah. And it was like, you can watch and be entertained. Now,
Yes.
even my following and my For You page are like the same exact people. And it's just a bunch of just like talking heads. Like, I'm sorry for everybody that's my friends. But
No,
if
I get
you're
it.
different, like you do a glitch video or you're someone that normally talks, that does something like a dance, it's interesting to me. But
Right.
if it's just the same freaking audio in everybody's video and you're
I'm
all
totally
doing
to
the same
blame.
exact thing,
Okay, perfect timing. You've actually made the perfect segue into my video for this week. My video that I'm going to show right now is actually my most recent TikTok, and it literally is exactly what you just said, like to a T. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, no.
But I find-
what we just watched. What we just watched
Yeah.
was my most recent TikTok. But I apologize. The TikTok
Your
right
second
before
most?
that. Yeah, no. The one that I did right before that. The reason I brought it up is because Kimber, my partner, she was going through TikTok, and the song came on that I used, and then that song came on again that I used, and then 3 or 4 later, the song that came on I had also used because it was one of those popular ones. And let me see if I can hold this up, and we might be able to see it. Can you hear the audio?
well, I'm so easily my
Yep. I'm not going to play any more of that. But let me turn the volume down. I just want to show everybody. I did a contact juggling video to that one.
Yes.
And what I was going to say,
Yeah.
I did this video at 2x speed, and I'm wearing
Nice.
I'm wearing purple gloves. I found gloves, and I'm like, I should put these on and do some contact juggling. And that song came up, and I'm like, oh, I really dig that song. And then the next day, Kimber's going through, and it's like that song. So I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like the same thing over and over and over again. Also, I think the difference too, early on, you could steal, I'll use steal in quotes, any music you wanted, any videos, any.
Yep.
And do you remember if you're on TikTok and you're watching this, you know what we're talking about. If you've never watched TikTok or you think it's stupid or whatever, there's a thing called being Thanos. If you've watched Avengers, I've just ruined it for you. Spoiler alert, Thanos.
Oh, man.
But there were a lot of people for about, what was it, 2.5 months that were getting Thanos. And what that means is you go to your account on Monday and you're like creating TikToks. You go back on Tuesday, your account's gone. Completely and utterly gone. And you can't get into it. They don't even tell you what's going on. It's been deleted. And it affectionately got termed being Thanos. And so what a lot of people come to find out is once you get to a certain level, and I think, what is it, 10,000 or is it 100,000 or 50,000? There was a number. Everybody was talking about a very specific number. Okay, I think it was 10 or 20,000. If you got to that number, TikTok would put your entire account under scrutiny. And if you had any red flags, you use copyrighted music, use a copyrighted video, any of that, they just deleted your
I'm 1,000
account.
away from 20. So
That's awesome. You're just about to be audited and Thanos.
I'm about ready to be Thanos.
Just
But
about.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
I am lucky because I had already been on YouTube for a while, and YouTube's very, very strict. You get 3 strikes. And if you get 1 strike, you can't even make money off of YouTube anymore. So I knew all about copyright, and I knew what to do and what not to do. So when I got to TikTok, I followed the same rules. And any new platform has this new, what I call Wild Wild West thing, where you just do whatever you want. And nobody cares.
Yeah.
Right nobody's now, watching it, so nobody cares. Yeah, is that the way Reels is?
Have you did an Instagram Reels? Yeah.
No,
you can actually pick.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can go to a song and you can pick 15 seconds from any part of that song. That's doesn't awesome. Just give you but you can't do any glitch stuff in it. The camera doesn't work that way.
Right.
It just doesn't. TikTok's
and that
the
goes
only
back
one
to
that
Yeah, go ahead.
TikTok's the only app that I know where you can actually hold down for a second and let up, hold down, let up, hold down, or you can even do it like a swipe and it stops it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't do that in Reels. You press it and it just freaking goes.
Okay, wait a sec. So if I'm holding, I know what you're talking about. So I'm holding my phone up for people that are listening to this. If I go and I hit record, if I just take my finger off the screen, it stops? Is that what you're saying? I didn't know that. Wow.
That's
learning
how
stuff
I do
every day.
all my, I'll let you in a big secret. Record in 3x if you're ever going to do a glitch anything.
I do. And that I have one glitch that I was really happy with. I recorded it 1 foot from here, and it took me 3 minutes because I don't think I did any stops. It was all in camera. And I was doing it all in real time. And that's why I like the pop socket. Pop sockets make it possible to record stuff. And this goes back to what we were talking about last time, which is TikTok's just a really fast, creative platform. There's no other platform that's quite as fast or quite as creative. Like other things might be fast, but they're not as creative. Yeah.
You want to know how long it took me to make that video that you duetted?
No. I mean, yes, I do.
I won't tell you. I mean, it probably took me about 45 minutes to an hour.
Wow.
To do that 15-second video. Yeah.
Now, you see, I can believe that. I watch your videos and I watch other glitchers, especially the screen inside screen glitchers. Yeah. I know that takes time. I mean, I've tried to create those before and they take a lot of time. Right.
I just don't do it. I know how to do it, but I don't. Right. I just won't. No. It doesn't interest me. No, because with mine, like every glitch that I do, I try to like make it interesting, going with the beat or something like that, or even a story. Right. But screen inside screen, I'm just like, I don't want to. It's too much work. If I'm already going to spend an hour on something, I don't want to spend an extra hour.
I totally get that.
Yep.
Oh,
and then
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the sucky thing about glitches, like I can have a video that does 1 million as we saw, and then I can do a glitch that I spend an hour on and it only gets like 200 views.
Yeah, and I get that.
Not that matters, but it's like I would rather people see the stuff that I work harder on than the stuff that I don't even give a crap about.
It's funny that you say that because I am of the opinion that if you have to tell me how long it took to get me to like it, then it's not good. Yep. Does that make any sense? And so I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm not going to tell you that this took me 3 days, 4 cameras, a video editing system. Right. You know what I mean? Because I did a couple that were like that, and they took so much time that I had to put it out of my head. I just had to. Yeah. Because if I'm making a TikTok for somebody else and I'm spending that much time and they're not appreciative of it, I'll stop making TikToks. And we've had this discussion 100%. Offline tons of times, which is I make TikToks for me. If you like it,
because it's fun.
Great. Yeah. If you don't like it, that's fine. Find somebody else's content that's better than mine. And that's probably pretty easy to do. It's just at the same time, I'm not going to try to cater to people. I've seen too many people that I really enjoy their content and then they get like a viral sensation and then they're always chasing the dragon. They're like, I need that again. And then they make all this content, which it's okay, but I'm not going to say it's good because they're chasing that dragon. Like, okay, I put my foot here. I did this. I did that. Yeah, we're on the same page
Yeah,
there for sure.
I get it. Yeah, because once, like when I first started TikTok, I was like, why isn't my videos doing anything? This
Right.
sucks. Oh my
Right.
God, I can't believe it. And then
Right.
I would ask some people who have like 30,000 followers, I'd be like, what do I need to do? And they're like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know
Right.
what I do. Like,
Right.
and still today, I don't think
No, the
anybody.
the lesson that I learned was from Gary Vaynerchuk, which is do it every day. You like doing it?
Just
Do it
do
every
it.
day. Just keep
Yep.
making content. What
it.
negatives, what downside is there for us to do this podcast? Is there a downside? No. So we
No.
just keep making podcasts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At some point, if
It's
people like
awesome.
us, great. They'll come watch it. If they don't like us,
Yeah.
okay, they won't watch us. The thing is, though, there's 0% chance they can watch our podcast if we don't make it. Like 0%
Right.
chance. And the same
Of
with the
course.
TikTok. If you don't make it, then they can't watch it and then they can't like it.
Right.
But no, yeah, we're on the same, definitely on the
And
same page
it's weird too because I can watch a TikTok, like most of the talking ones or music ones that I do, I'm like whatever. But the glitch ones, I can watch mine for probably about 20 minutes and then I never want to see it again.
Yep.
That's how I am.
It's okay. So I think I'm in the land of bizarro. So this is what happens with me. Well, one of the things is, and this is what's funny, is I was just about to say the actual year in the 80s.
Uh-oh.
I was actually going to say the real year. It was in the 80s, by the way. It's just I don't want to give the exact specifics out because I'm old. But anyway, I made TikToks back then. I can grab a videotape and I will show you the TikToks I made. I used to put Zeppelin on and I would sit in front of a mirror with a camera on me and I would just contact juggle for like 2 hours and I would do it
Awesome.
consistently
Yeah.
all the time. So that's why I've always enjoyed the TikTok platform, is because go to YouTube, go to Instagram, go to Twitter. They don't provide anything to work off of. It's like going to
Right.
a paint class and they're like, here's your paint board. Yeah, but no paints and no brushes. You figure that out. Whereas
Yeah.
with TikTok, they give you the music, they give you filters, they give you stickers, they give you an editing system. And all you have to do is show up and provide what you do. If it's
Yep.
comedy, you just do comedy,
Right.
et cetera, et
That's it.
cetera. Yeah, totally on the same
I
page.
think, honestly, I think me and you like throw TikTok into like some weird like area where
hates us.
they don't know what to do with
It
us.
hates us.
Yeah.
It
They have
absolutely
no idea.
positively hates us. No, and the thing is that we're not the right demographic for who they're trying to promote right now.
Right.
Like I noticed
Yeah.
early on that they were trying to promote X, and then as time went on, they were trying to
Yes.
promote Y, and then it went on, they were trying to promote Z. And I can tell you, neither of us were X, Y, or Z. Like we didn't fit the demo
Nope.
at all. And the other thing that's difficult with your content, a little bit with mine, but more with yours, is you get into gore kind of content.
Yes.
And that kind of
I do.
content got like, poof, they just slammed that content. They just,
Yeah.
they're so not happy about it. I remember at one point, somebody showed a butter knife and it got reported,
Yes.
flagged, taken down. I was
Yep.
like, it's a butter knife. And
Right.
so you can't show any weapons, and you used to throw axes. So, I mean, how's that going to work?
Right.
What are you going to get, Nerf axes? And like a...
Right. I can't. No. I just stopped doing them because they all just got taken down.
Yanked.
So I don't.
And then
Yeah.
you get them yanked enough, they yank you. You know what I
Yep.
mean? At a certain point, they're like, nope, gone.
Right.
I had one other thing I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I turned off my smoke detector. We talked about that.
While you're finding that, I can.
Yes.
So yesterday I got on the one that is like 1 million views. You know, the kid going up to the guy in a Halloween costume and they give a hug.
Yes.
So I got a comment. I really don't keep track of any comments lately because it's so freaking hard to. Because I get like
1 million.
tons of
I
them
know,
and
I've seen 'em.
overwhelmed.
Yes.
But one comment caught my eye, and it was like, I hate this. I hate my life, and I wish there was something else or something in that general facility. And
Right.
I went to the person's page, and I'm like, okay, I could tell it's a kid. So I
Right.
went and I reported that to TikTok.
Right.
And with, self-harm, maybe suicide, I don't know. And I copied the kid's
That's
name.
awesome that you did
and
that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know if this is a cry for help and no one's listening to him. I have no idea.
And the last thing you want to
But-
be is the guy that ignores him. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like if
and-
it's a legitimate cry for help and
Right.
you're like, it's not a legitimate cry, and then something happens,
Right.
it's going to be hard to forgive yourself if you could. You know what I mean?
And for
I
me,
totally get that.
For me, I go, if I didn't do anything, it would be like in the middle of the night, like, oh man, I know I read that, but I don't know what to do. But
Yeah.
it's cool that TikTok lets you report it, and then I don't know where it goes from there, but at least it gives me some peace of mind going, at least I did something. Like I saw the wreck and at least I stopped. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
no,
you guys
I
okay?
absolutely,
You know?
no, I am absolutely on the same page. I knock
Like-
on wood.
Yeah.
I don't want to get any of those, but I understand that. I totally do. And
Right.
it's funny too, because a lot of my TikTok friends, they're human, just like you and I. It's
Yeah,
just
100%.
I
Yep.
avoid. There are times that I will put up a TikTok where I'm in a bad mood or I'm sad or whatever. I try to actively avoid that because there's enough of that.
Yeah.
Everybody already has enough of that. You know what I mean? But there's friends of mine, when they do put that content up, in my head I'm like, man, what can I do to help them? Like I can't do much of anything. So it's one of those things. You just hope for the best. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's really a weird feeling. I'll just be honest. Do you get a weird feeling
It's
when you
so
watch
weird.
those TikToks?
Yeah,
Like friends
so
of yours,
for-
where they're like sick
Yep.
or injured, or trying to think of other stuff
Yep.
I've seen recently, being picked on.
Yeah, picked on's the worst. And then, so Lollygag Dan, I think you're
Yeah.
friends with him too.
Yes.
He recently got a whole bunch of hate for something, and
I like him. I have a hard time with his comedy though. It skirts the edge for me. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
right on
and
that edge. So
wasn't until he started doing like the priest stuff, where well, you know, but his TikTok comeback to all of it was, hey, if you don't like it, just scroll past it, and you
Right.
can
Don't-
unfriend me.
yeah,
You
don't report
could-
me. Don't block me.
just-
Like no,
you know
don't
what?
block me. Your options are stop following me, block
Yep.
me.
Yep. And that's it. It's like, you don't need to see my content. Clearly, I'm not for you. And
Right.
I was like, damn, that's awesome, because it's not like you hate the people. He was like, follow me on Instagram. I put pictures of myself up smiling. Like, you can follow me there. But
Yep.
like what I'm doing, I enjoy doing it. And if you don't like it, I'm just not for you. There's a whole bunch of other people out here.
No,
And
absolutely.
Just, like,
And-
it's cool. Yeah.
His content's funny to me because out of maybe 5 pieces of content, I'll really dig 2 and I'll have a really hard time with one of them. So it's
Right.
so difficult at times for me because I'll be like, man, that's awesome. Man, that's awesome. Oh, I can't even watch this. You know what I mean? And that's the way he
I
designs
think
his
that's
content.
why he does it. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, he does
exactly
it
why
like
he
that.
designs his
Yep.
content. Yep.
And,
And
yeah, it's
and it's
fantastic.
comedy.
I
he's
would
not
love
that
to
serious.
talk to him on the show. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think he would
for
be
sure.
a cool person to like, hey, what do you actually do for a living? Because
Right.
like,
Who knows?
you're awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think he would be a really fun person. But yeah, his comeback was just like, I'm just not for you, and I'm okay
Right.
with that.
Right.
I'm totally okay. You go on to the next person. Like, there's so many people on this app. Just
Move
like,
along.
I enjoy doing what I do,
Yep.
and I'm not going to change.
Now, what a lot of people have talked about is an 18 plus button, and I'm not opposed.
Oh my
The only thing that I
God,
see
no.
is
Yeah.
that I think kids would be able to see it just as easy as they can see other content. So I'm in a real quagmire, meaning do you put an 18 plus button knowing full well kids are going to see it, or do you police the content so that it's not as bad, so that it's kind of not horrible for children? You know what I mean?
So
So
yeah,
difficult.
I think the only way that would work is if the profile is like a kid profile, like they actually say their age on it.
I think
and-
they're required to say their age, and I really think that
Yeah,
TikTok
but there's
should
like
be making
7-year-olds that say they're 14.
correct, and there's
I mean,
17-year-olds.
I've seen that.
There's 12-year-old. Okay, a couple of things just popping in my head. First of all, I agree completely with you. And what
Yeah.
I think they should do is create like a kids TikTok, like
Yes,
kid-friendly
like kids
TikTok,
YouTube.
where all
Yeah.
the content is screened. All of it.
Yes.
Like every single
100%.
piece of content is
Yes.
screened before children can see it. And the reason I
Yes.
say that is because of what happened with YouTube and Spider-Man and the Fairy Princess. And if you don't know this story, everybody, on YouTube, really smart people figured out the algorithm. And they found out that kids cannot like things and they cannot comment, but they can view it. And that view counts. So they started to create kid content not for kids. They had Spider-Man at like an orgy as an example. And I'm not making that up.
Nope.
And the algorithm didn't know it wasn't for kids. So they're taking Spider-Man, kids friendly, and putting it in front of these kids. And then the kids are like, Mom, what's an orgy? So I totally get the problem with that. That's why I say all of the content needs to be screened. Yes. All of it.
They should just call it like Kid Talk or something like that.
Genius. That would be genius. Speaking of which,
TikTok use that. Yep.
They're going to steal it from you. We didn't talk about the TikTok merger.
Oh my gosh.
And we're only 3 days away, I think. It's coming up. It's coming up. For anybody in the audience that doesn't know, President Trump gave TikTok 45 days to divest themselves of their American arm of the business. First of all, I think that whole concept is strong-arming. I really believe that it was done because the kids on TikTok had a voice and they screwed up his rally. I thought it was completely petty and totally vindictive. The funniest part about this is, and do you know who won? Do you know who won? Because the bid's been done. Do you know the answer?
Oh. Is
it
Oracle?
You don't. It is. Oracle has won. Okay. Now, here's the thing is a lot of people are saying that this might not meet the criteria that President Trump put in place because a lot of people are saying that all Oracle is going to do is host the data on their computer servers. For people out there that don't know what Oracle is the largest database company in the world.
Yeah.
And pretty much all of the really large sites are 900% on Oracle. Like everybody starts on like MySQL and Postgres and other databases, and then they become too large for any other database to handle, and they end up switching to Oracle. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up is Larry Ellison is good friends with Donald Trump and has contributed to his campaign. A lot of people think that this deal's kind of shady. And the most important thing to you and me, the algorithm. Have you heard about the algorithm?
No.
So China has put a law in place that TikTok cannot take their intellectual property and give it to another company, ever, period. Okay. Any Chinese company cannot give their intellectual property. And the intellectual property in this case is what everybody that we know rail against, the algorithm. If you're on TikTok, you know what? Math students don't talk about algorithms as much as TikTokers do. It's constant. The algorithm screwed me. The algorithm did this. The algorithm did that. And we've had long discussions about this crazy algorithm.
Yeah.
We're going to have to train a new one. If that TikTok algorithm doesn't come to America, this is going to be like it was 2.5 years ago where like you get 3 views on one thing and 4,000 views on another because the algorithm doesn't know what the heck's going on. I do appreciate the algorithm to a certain extent because it keeps things from, it keeps things sort of consistent, if that makes any sense. Right. Like you're at a level now, and I've looked at your numbers briefly. The way TikTok works is, and this is all from trial and error, user count gets you a certain number of minimum views. Minimum views get you the next level. And we talked about that before. So if they release it to 10 people and 5 people like it, they release it to 1,000. If 500 like it, they release it to 100,000. And by release it, that means that they put it in the rotation for people to see on the For You page. And my personal favorite is when any new person comes to TikTok and goes, dude, did you see that on your For You page? No. My For You page is for me. Your For You page is for you. That concept was foreign to me at the beginning as well. Did you have any problems with that concept? Like the For You page?
I mean, I just thought it was like TikTok taking like all the best ones that it picked out for everybody and just threw it on there.
Bing. That's exactly what I thought it was at first too. And I remember putting in comments to that effect and getting replies back from people that were like TikTok advanced or experts. And they're like, hey, moron, For You means literally It's your For
You,
You
yeah.
page. I don't even have you looked at your For You page recently? I don't even look at it
I do.
anymore.
It's the same as my following. So, yeah.
I don't look at my For
Honestly,
You page because I always end up with 15 new people I'm following because I really dig the content they're showing me.
Yeah. So for me, it's literally like it might be a different video than on my following page, but it's the same exact people. And I'll
I
go
get
in
it.
and I'll clear the cache,
Yep.
and then I'm like, it's still just showing me the same people on my following page. Like, I'd show me
That's funny.
anything. Show me some like weird Asian person eating food. I don't care. Just
Right.
something different. Yeah.
You see,
I
I'm
don't-
lucky. Well, I'm not lucky. Now that you say that, my For You page, they know me. They've got me dialed in because whenever I go there, I like
they're-
all of my For You stuff. But it's new people. Like I'm getting new people. I'm not seeing my followers on my For You page.
But you know what? It could be with me because
Yeah.
I have so many followers, and then
Right.
I'm actually like following people that are now like in the like 30,000 range and stuff.
Right.
It could
Right.
just be like, oh, TikTok's trying to push these people, and
Right.
there's people that I don't see that I'm like, where are you? I used to be
Right.
your friend. I don't know where you're at, and I see you making videos. Like,
Yep.
where are you?
TikTok
Yeah.
is horrible about there. I just I need to tell you about this weird glitch that happened to me, by the way.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm on my following page. Now, if you're on
Uh-huh.
your For You page, for anybody who doesn't know TikTok, you will get ads. If you're on your following
yeah.
page, you do not get ads. They don't show you ads on your following page. I don't know what I did, but it's happened 2, 3, 4 times. I will be scrolling like you normally do. And I'm
Yeah.
going to pull something up real quick because I have a visual aid that I was not expecting
those
to use.
help.
Oh, not enough space. Excellent. Hate my computer. Hate my phone. So I'm flipping through.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, of course it's not going to show up. The next thing I know, DraftKings shows up. Like out of nowhere. It's a DraftKings ad. Now, what's interesting about it is the way that the TikTok system works is as you swipe up, the next video that comes up is an ad. I wasn't swiping up. I kind of was between like buttons on the right-hand side, and I kind of
gotcha, yeah.
like I kind of if you swipe to the right, you go to people's names and stuff. But I
Yep.
kind of did something, and then all of a sudden, DraftKings, and it's happened 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, what is this nonsense? Absolute
Yep.
nonsense.
You want to know what Reels does that TikTok doesn't? And
Yes,
I'm
I
not
do.
like an advocate for it.
Yeah.
You watch a video for 15 seconds, it goes to the next freaking video. Isn't that a concept?
like that.
I like it.
You
I
like?
do.
Oh, wait. Are you saying? Does it play the full video? The first video
Plays
full
the
through?
full. Yeah, because they only let you do 15 seconds.
Okay, that's
it.
fine. I
So
misunderstood.
you
What I thought
watch from
yeah.
start to finish, and then it goes to a next person.
Okay, I do dig that. What I thought you were saying
Yeah.
was it was like a minute video, and they only gave you a preview.
No.
Like you only see 15 seconds, and then I'm out of here. You know, it's funny that
No,
you say
but
that. Go ahead.
If there is a commercial on it, you can click on the commercial and you could finish it.
Oh wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Yeah.
the thing that specific feature has been requested. I requested it in a TikTok a long time ago.
I remember.
It's basically the auto scroll. Like you could
Yes.
just put it on a stand and you brush your teeth or whatever. Because if you do
Yeah.
not swipe to the next one, you're watching that same TikTok
just-
for an hour. Oh, I knew what I wanted to talk about. It was 3 or 4 things ago. You said that you don't really watch your TikToks. And I was about to tell you, I'm on the other side of the coin. So this is what happens for me. I have always used a camera as feedback, meaning that I watch it back and go, oh, that's how my body moved. Oh, that's how my body moved. Because I can't pay attention to my movement while I'm doing it. But after the
Gotcha.
fact, I can kind of look at it and go, oh, wow, my
Yeah.
hand was too high. This was too low. So 9 out of 10, specifically contact juggling videos, I will watch for 4 or 5 minutes over and over. Same video over and over and over and over.
Yeah,
and I honestly, I have to wear headphones because I know for a fact if I was in the room or near it, I'd be
Right.
so annoyed. Stop playing that song. Just stop playing that song. Stop it.
Yeah. Well, because for me, like if I'm going to edit something, I'm
Yes.
already watching it like a million times. and then I put it up on TikTok, I have to go through and like add audio to it, everything again, and then right before it goes on, I'm like, is this good? And I do this thing in my head like, I don't know if I want to release this now. Should I post this now? Oh my gosh, look, it's not 8:00 when everybody's on. I don't know. And then I just do this. I do the thing where I'm like going, all right. And then I set my phone down for 20 minutes. Smart. And then I come back.
Yep.
And I watch it and I'm like, 6 views. Okay.
It has officially failed.
Yeah. But I don't care. I mean,
yeah. I don't either.
I was just like, I don't care. Six views. Cool. 3 things. Go.
3 things came to mind. Apple iPads came out today. So the WW whatever, what a big giant Apple convention. There's a new entry-level iPad, and then there's a new iPad Air, and then they have new watches. So that's the big Apple event that happened today. Can you see the crazy shirt?
I can.
So that's an event.
Is that contact juggling?
It is. So Contact Juggling Convention 2001, 9/21/2001. So I guess it was a week later. I thought it was the 16th. Man, you know what? Reading. I need to learn how to do that. But anyway, that's coming up. This year is the 19th anniversary of that event, and myself and Ferret put on CJC 2001, 2002, 2003. So I wanted to make an announcement. A year from around now, I'm going to be doing an event. So
that is cool.
I brought it up. Mm-hmm.
And where's the event going to be? Do you know?
It's virtual right now. And my hope is that I will be able to do multiple in real life locations. So I want to try to have somewhere potentially in England, someplace in Sweden, someplace in Japan, obviously somewhere in America, maybe multiple places, someplace in Canada and Brazil, pretty much anywhere the Contact Juggler has the ability to get a group of people together and has some kind of way to communicate with us. I want to try to bring everybody together from around the world, because that was one of my favorite events I've ever done, and leads me to the third thing, which is the last story I wanted to tell you. This is the craziest story. I don't think I told this story last week. Did I tell a story about my ex-father-in-law last week? Because my brain
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. So this week is unfortunately the 9/11 tragedy. This was the week of the 9/11, and I don't need to get into the particulars. Everybody in America knows what I'm talking about.
They should.
So I hope they do. I, of course, was working during 9/11. I happened to be working at the Acme. For anybody in Philly, you know what the Acme is? Acme is a grocery store. First building goes down, second building goes down. I'm still at work. Like, I can't just leave. It's on the news, and we have it on the TV, and everybody's freaking out. Mm-hmm. I leave work and I go home, and I'm home for about 3 or 4 hours. Now, mind you, if you look at the date, a week later, this happens in Florida. And at the time, I lived in Pennsylvania. For people that don't know geography, it takes a while to get to Florida from Pennsylvania. I was not flying because I was taking camera equipment, and I was taking a sound system, because I was going to be the AV guy. The first CJC had what I consider to be the biggest one. You ever have failures in your life? The biggest failure for me was I thought that a competition was the best idea ever. Reality is, competitions in art are not good. Like, you've never heard like, hey, we put Van Gogh against Picasso, and Picasso won in 3 rounds. Like, no, it's not a good idea. So I'm getting ready for the event. I'm doing stuff, and my ex-wife, obviously I was married at the time, but my ex-wife comes in and she goes, and this is 3 or 4 hours later, mind you. Somebody called, and my dad disconnected the phone, and we have a new phone number. And then she just left. And I'm like looking around the room like, A, who called?
Right.
B, what the hell happened on that call? And then C, why didn't you tell me when I walked in the house? You know what I mean? Like, hey, when I first got
Right.
home, I mean, just, I felt like I had been left hanging, right? Come to find out, the guy I was putting the event on with, Ferret, had called my house because this was before cell phones. So he called the house to find out if I was dead.
Oh,
So he's calling the house to find out if I'm dead, gets in a fight with my ex-father-in-law, and it's such a bad fight that my ex-father-in-law not only disconnects the phone, he gets a new phone number. And all of this happens while I'm at work, unbeknownst to me. And then they tell me 3 or 4 hours later. And I was just like, what? So luckily I was able to get a hold of him and say, like, dude, I'm still alive, because Ferret didn't know exactly where I lived because he lived in Florida, and people that live in Florida don't know Northeast geography all that well. Same way I didn't know California geography before I moved here. And so he thought I might have worked in New York City, and he was just calling, like, you know, safety check.
yeah.
But it went horribly wrong. And honestly, I wish that I had the technology just to get that phone call. I would love to hear what Ferret did on that call and what my ex-father-in-law did. And I know why they butted heads, but I'm not going to get into it on camera. But they butted heads pretty big, to the point where they got a new phone number.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I went to the event and had a great time. And that's the story.
That's awesome.
Next week, we're going to talk about WAP. And I think we should add JAP in there as well. Stop it, Pixel. My dog has to go out, so we are definitely going to have to end this show. What did you want to say as a wrap-up?
No, that's enough. I think that speaks for itself. Because
It does.
I'll find a whole bunch of words that my son uses that I have to go, can you please explain that to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And you and I have already had the offline discussion of the W, the A, and the P. So I'm excited to talk about that next week for sure. And now, the opening for the closing. And then we're out of here.
Oh my god, wasn't that a long show? Please like and subscribe, and for those of you listening on the podcast, thank you. Until next time, this has been another episode of the TV show.